As Israel ramps up its offensive against Hamas, calling up thousands of reservists to fight.
3, 2, 1.
Scenes like this are playing out in airports across the U.S. People answering the call, leaving the U.S. to fight in Israel, and an emotional moment at LAX.
I just dropped my little brother off to go back to the army in Israel. I'm heartbroken and I'm so scared for him.
Noy Laib is already back in Israel.
So today's the day, on the way to base.
Documenting his trip on social media.
Made my way up north to say bye to my grandpa and my parents.
Leaving his job and life in New York, he didn't even wait for the call.
I actually booked my flight to Israel before I got called back because I knew what was going to happen. There's no way that I was going to sit at home.
Andrew Silberman was visiting his family in Chicago last weekend. Then he heard what was happening in Israel and got a call that his close friend had been killed. We spoke to him earlier this week.
And from there, the rest of the day became about me trying to get on a flight back to Tel Aviv.
It didn't matter to Andrew that he had not been called up. He was determined to go.
It was important to me to come back as soon as possible just to see what I could do.
His plans to return to college in Israel now on hold.
I think people are really using this as an opportunity to come together and help each other.
Ruben Baryadin's son, Zev, leaving behind his 1-year-old son and pregnant wife in Texas.
He called me to tell me I decided I'm going to Israel to rejoin my army unit.
Zev quickly arriving in Israel and meeting up with his unit.
It's really, he's doing his duty. And I am extremely proud of him.
This sense of duty is at the heart of the Israeli army and its mandatory service.
Technically, it's actually national service, not necessarily military service. The overwhelming majority do go into Israel's military.
Most Israelis enter the military at 18 and serve for 2 to 3 years. Typically, after that, they are automatically put into the reserves, which can continue into their 40s and beyond, ready to answer the call.
If an Israeli is living in America and she hears that her unit was called up, she might decide to drop everything and go and join. Naturally, if you're living overseas, you're not required to come back, but certainly the IDF appears very ready to take on everyone who's willing to come back.
And then there are people like Josh Jacobson, out of the reserves and wanting to help. He left the U.S. to see if he could join up again and fight.
It just felt like so weird to be in Boston when there was so much going on here. I just felt like, you know, it's kind of my duty as part of the collective nation of Israel to come back and just help.
Israelis coming together, leaving their homes around the world to answer the call. Meagan Fitzgerald, NBC News, London.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.